What's up, everybody? It's your boy YFV, and once again, I am back with someone who hasn't been on here in a while, but he is a regular here, my lawyer, GB, if you want to say what's up.
No.
Yeah, anyway, that's basically what we're talking about today. The king of no himself, Reverse Flash, the dude that will literally try to reverse Uno you, say no whenever he can by manipulation. So, the reason we're presenting Reverse Flash today is I have a battle coming up between him and Juggernaut from Marvel Comics. GB's helping out on the Reverse Flash side as I go through all the Juggernaut comics, and he has a few especially up-to-date feats that really kind of encompass what he brings to the table perfectly, so we're going to review those today. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and keep a lookout for Juggernaut versus Revert. But wait, so one of the big things we got to talk about is speed and what tangible speed feats he does have. So I'm going to let GB explain to you guys what exactly he did speed-wise after basically dying during the Manhattan event.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, we can talk about the before the Manhattan event and then go through the Manhattan event and afterwards and all that because he just keeps coming back. In the words of Freddy Krueger, I just keep ticking. Yeah. So, throughout Rebirth, especially early on, you guys, for reference purposes, you guys want to know, you can start at chapter 7 or issue 7 of Rebirth. I said chapter like it's a manga. Issue 7 of Rebirth for the Flash, and that's when the Reverse Flash starts to make his appearances. He first, consistently throughout the I want to say first 80 issues of Rebirth, Flash, he consistently scales above Barry in speed. Barry himself says this, and it seems like Eobard Thawne is constantly getting the better of Barry, Wally, and any other Flash member, Flash family member that he encounters. For the most part, phasing through them. Godspeed, of course, everybody, it's a fan favorite. Godspeed gets throttled by
Job speed
all the time.
Job speed for sure.
He's horrible. For sure a jobber. Yeah. That man got super gas for no reason. But
that's your one job and you can't run.
Yeah, dude, literally at one point he asks Reverse Flash, do you know, oh, since you're from the future, you know everybody's future, do you know who killed my brother? Gets his neck snapped by Reverse Flash, and Reverse Flash is like, yeah, I know who killed him, it was me. And then Reverse Flash proceeds to blitz Barry and knock Barry out. So there's a lot of instances we can go over, but a lot of them are just reoccurring and repeating instances. So you don't want to rehash it, you don't want to kind of kick the dog that's down already, but he's definitely faster than Barry for the most part.
Yo, shout out to a subscriber and member, Blueface. I just banned him for the culture because we were recording. He didn't know. But shout out to him because he's not going to know why he got banned. He'll find out through the video. He started chuckling when you were talking. I was like, oh no, I got to do him in. But yeah, random shout out, but keep going.
All right, so anyway, that broke my concentration. But major point is that he's faster than Barry. He's faster than Wally. For the most part, he's faster than everybody he encounters from the Flash family tree. And when it comes to his feats, the most impressive thing he did was during the Dr. Manhattan event, which was the Doomsday event. He ran from one end of time to the other. And this was all time throughout the multiverse because he was trying to track down the source of power that was Dr. Manhattan. Barry says this, and then they show it happening as Barry and Batman are on the cosmic treadmill trying to track down Thawne. And he ends up finding himself with Dr. Manhattan, and obviously we know what happens. Dr. Manhattan stomps. But so that's probably his most impressive speed feat, aside from scaling above Barry and the Flash family. So as far as speed, it's pretty consistent. Godspeed's no match, Barry's no match, runs across the end of time. I mean, I don't know if we want to go into his other stuff now.
Yeah, even at one point, the speed discrepancy is kind of obvious, or made evident to the point that like he was getting beat up by Barry at one point, and Barry was running through a list of names, and he basically just sat there and let Barry hit him until he heard the name he wanted, and then he like casually stopped him.
Oh yeah, when he was talking about Paradox, yeah, Barry was just like unloading punches on his face, and once he heard the name, it was just like, okay, boom, and I'm just gonna stop your hand now because now you finally caught my attention. Um, Thawne is a pretty cool-headed dude for the most part, also. So him doing this wasn't like, out of character. It wasn't like something that you wouldn't expect him to do. He had control over the situation. As Flash said earlier, he's a manipulator. So he's quick to analyze situations, and he's quick on the pickup. Obviously, he's a speedster.
Yeah, I think Reverse Flash, to a lot of people in the versus battle community, he's what they wish Flash was in character. Like when you hear them argue in debates about Flash winning, they always talk about Flash winning via means he never actually does in the damn books. Reverse Flash does that shit. Time hacks, reversing time, catching you slipping before you reached your pinnacle. And that's very important because like we said, we when looking at win conditions, we have to consider what they do in character. And Reverse Flash in character does use time to get the better. I think at one point Barry even said like when it comes to manipulating time streams, like there's no other person that can match up with him.
Yeah. When they're fighting Paradox, he does say that he's a master of manipulating time streams. Also, another thing that happens when they're fighting Paradox, he constantly rubs in the fact that Barry is the one creating all these alternate timelines, all these alternate realities, because he's inefficient when it comes to time travel. He doesn't know how to safely travel through time without causing paradoxes, which is the whole theme of the villain.
Yeah, so he's a more mature hacks-based Flash to me in terms of when I look at him combatively. Now, in terms of BFR, because that's going to be a big deal when it comes to matching up with characters like Juggernaut. In character, do you think Reverse Flash is a BFR type?
It's hard to say because I've seen him a BFR a few times, but in Rebirth as of recently, he banned I'm over here thinking that you banned Blueface. He BFR'd Flash, but that was more of like a personal thing. I don't know if he would just BFR just anybody. He has certain things in the negative Speed Force that would only attack Barry. Like when he gets in there, it's really just built up on Barry's memories because Reverse Flash and Barry are so intertwined through time that version of the Speed Force, the negative Speed Force, is really just there to hold Barry. So I don't know if he would do that to somebody else unless he was really desperate. It's a possibility if he gets desperate, and Thawne, when he's in a losing situation, he does tend to get desperate. So it's a possibility.
Yeah. So I think the final two things to look at actually are pretty simple. Is one, phasing, and two, erasure. He's demonstrated both. Phasing, Flash types in the Flash family do it all the time. I don't feel like that's a major thing for people to hear about, but you did show me one feat where he because I haven't read all the Rebirth stuff, he casually exists and erased someone that pissed him off. I forgot who it was, but
it was Trickster.
Yeah. Can you give some context to that?
So in this, it's pretty good phasing feats regardless, because prior to that, he's in Barry's body. He used his phasing abilities, vibration, frequency, to actually possess Barry. And he's in his body, he's taken over his consciousness. He's kind of BFR'd his consciousness as well. Barry's like in another world with other speedsters at this point. And while he has control over Barry's body, he can do things Barry otherwise just wouldn't do. And he grabs Trickster because Trickster was just annoying him, and he's like, "You're useless," and he just phases him out of existence. Like Trickster just disappears. So And everybody's
Unfortunate.
like shocked. Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody's shocked. Trickster thought it was funny. But yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for him that it wasn't that funny. But yeah, I mean, I think what makes this situation so cool to analyze for the upcoming battle is Reverse Flash is not an AP based fighter. He's one of the first fighters we've looked at on the channel for battles where it's really not an AP thing with him. It's he bypasses your durability and picks you apart.
Hmm.
And then that's literally the opposite stylistically of Juggernaut, who, I mean, at one point in the 60s, Professor X only guarded one side of the mansion because he said Juggernaut doesn't know how to go through the back door. Like, he's going to front door your shit every time. So you have two polar opposites clashing here, and I think what's going to be the biggest thing for Reverse Flash, and luckily for him, it's what makes him so dangerous, is knowing how to properly use his hacks and win. We see a lot of characters not do that, like Sentry. Sentry does that shit all the time where he doesn't use his hacks, but Reverse Flash lets it fly. For the people watching at home, if anything brand new comes up in between now and the battle, it'll be mentioned in the battle video. But anyways, guys, it's been your boy YFE. This is me wrapping it up. Shout out to my lawyer GB for coming through to do this recording with me. Anyways, stay tuned for the Juggernaut video. Stay tuned for the battle. And also, if you stayed this late, I'll let you know we have a massive Mechs versus Kaiju tournament dropping soon. So keep a lookout for that. Anyways, it's been your boy YFV. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.